Modern Horizons 3 data has started out with a bang, and a few decks are rising to the top. Just recently, Sphere Shops had a great couple challenges, including a top 8 by Shere Khan. Let's check out Golos in the Modern Horizons 3 Vexing Bauble world. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Wednesday night league. A little bit more serious of a Wednesday night league because we have NYSE coming up this weekend. More Bauble, yeah, exactly. Though this video will probably end up going on YouTube after NYSE. This is filmed on the Wednesday before NYSE. So lots of things have happened in the last week as Modern Horizons 3 was released onto Magic the Gathering Online, and we've had our first series of challenges and leagues with the deck. Early adopters to the format have been Jewel and Sphere Shops. Actually, just Shops in general seems to have adopted very well to the recent metagame changes. Jewel gets Sink into Stupor and Vexing Bauble, whereas Golos Shops, I feel like you get the Vexing Bauble, but more in generally just maybe a nice metagame shift towards cards that are good. We are going to play this deck at the request of Mark. Mark is a long time supporter of the channel. I had asked Mark if anything sparked his interest on Modern Horizons 3, and he wanted to see how Vexing Bauble Golos Shops fared with the tension that is between Vexing Bauble and Sphere of Resistance. So this is not my list. This is Shere Khan's recent top 8 challenge list. It is a classic Prison Shops, which will come under Sphere Shops in the newest data classifications. It is a Golos Prison Shops deck, but it is still going to play, these Patchwork Automatons and Niddlecysts as the best threats. But it is going to lean heavier towards prison elements with 3 main deck Crucibles and extra Ghost Quarters and that kind of thing. Like I said, one of the things we are testing is the anti-synergy here between Vexing Bauble and Sphere of Resistance. If your spells cost 1 more and they were previously 0, they will no longer be countered by Vexing Bauble. That is something Shops players were super worried about because in general, Vexing Bauble seems like a good card inside of a Workshop deck. You can cast it off your Workshop mana and make sure you resolve your stuff. But there definitely is some tension there where it's not exactly as strong as it should be. That being said, this deck has performed very well in challenges and also in leagues. It has almost a 60% win rate in leagues right now as well. So lots of things to think about as we approach this league of our own. Anything interesting about this deck list? Not exactly. We do have like some Baubles main, some Baubles side. This is a card that's going to come out a lot on the play versus on the draw. This card is much worse on the draw. And it's coming out a lot of the time. And then we have 2 Null Rods main and 2 Null Rods board. I could see getting away with more Null Rods main in the current state of things with lots of Jewel happening. But we're going to go with the top 8 list for now. And then from there, you just have a bunch of restricted Workshop cards, your Toolbox, Golos Suite, and that in general. Bauble in general in Vintage is going okay. I think a lot of players are realizing it wasn't as strong as they thought it was and are starting to peel back on the number of Baubles, sometimes putting them in the sideboard to be more of a play-draw dependent thing. I think it's pretty safe to say that the people who thought Bauble was going to break Vintage or need to be immediately restricted were wrong. That being said, I don't think the card is bad by any means, and it's definitely showing up in winning lists, though it's being played in a large percentage of lists, so that definitely helps. So I would say it's landed basically exactly where most people thought it would be. Most reasonable people thought it would be, I guess. Probably lower than the average evaluation, but higher than my evaluation, I would say. So that's how I would categorize it. A little here, a little there. We're going to take this through a league and see how it does. I will see you in round 1. Are you interested in weekly Vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my Vintage content? Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. Welcome to round 1 versus co-trophy leader Absorbin 3. I haven't been able to play versus Absorbin 3 in a long time now, so I'm excited. Let's win the die roll, and I've got brown cards. Notably, brown cards not always very good against Absorbin 3, but it is what it is. Definitely just leading on a Patchwork Automaton here. I don't really feel like a Sphere of Resistance is exactly the way I want to go, and it opens me up far too much to Wasteland. I'd like to even just go next turn Ancient Tomb Crucible, but we'll see. Yeah, you find that, well, if I knew that they were going to draw out their one of 3 artifacts, I probably would have played the Null Rod. I feel like there are not very many like concrete good decks that just slot in Bauble. A lot of decks that would kind of want to play Bauble suffer a lot from Bauble, so it's definitely a push and pull and some tension there. Yo, what's up, Judy? Elvish Spirit Guide. 4 green? That can't be good for me. Green Sun for 3. That can't be good for me either. I guess I should have played a Sphere Resistance. Or at least a Null Rod. I mean, I didn't expect to get Black Lotus. Oh, a Grist. Fantastic. What is happening? Milled Orenin 6. Just absorbing 3 things. As I said before, I definitely want to get a Crucible down. Here I like Crucible into Sphere because they just like lock themselves on mana a lot here. And then we can just attack this Grist. They have to block, and then they have to find a creature. It's gonna be really hard for them. We are playing some Prison Shops tonight. That is what we're doing. Opponent is also playing some Prison, apparently. I can't believe it just Green Sun for a Grist. A banger. All right, plus. The problem is it's going to be hard for them to get a second creature, so they're just chump blocking this Patchwork for a little while now. Another Sphere. All right. They'll probably end up cracking this Bauble, but what are we really going to do about it? I guess I can just start by playing the Sphere so they can't Vigor more things. If they want to Vigor both of these right now, it's like, okay, because we can just deploy another one. And then, all right. I definitely want to play all the artifacts out because I want to be able to present lethal on the Grist. So they're going to sack this Bauble to draw a card. Makes sense. Now, that Null Rod's probably going to hurt me more than my opponent at this point in the game, but I think that's fine. Not that, like, artifact mana draws are good for me anyways, right? They're pretty much dead. So at that point, we're just looking for more threats, more Patchwork Automatons, Nettlesys, Skoloses, Urza Saga, Wastelands, those kind of things. This thing can tick up for a while, but they can never really free themselves from the Abyss, which is this automaton, because they need to play a creature, and right now, these spheres are going to lock them down from that. Wasteland is our best draw. Saga is definitely one of our better draws. I guess I should have not played this first, because they can Vigor for 2 mana, this and something else. Yeah, okay. My bad. But I still have a Crucible for it, so it's not like a big deal. They'll probably hit the Crucible, which is actually good for me. Okay, so that actually ends up working out pretty well. They used it all on that, and then I can just play another Crucible, and I don't really care too much. And then I can just rebuy a Saga every turn, and that should just be game winning, I would think. Though, we'll see. Yo, what's up, Rama? Welcome to the States. Hope you're ready to battle on Saturday. Okay. So my opponent is making a dude every turn. However, and we're getting to see a little bit of what's going on over there. They got Delighted, Halfling, Mincin, Boo, Renin 6, Grist. It's pretty absorbent, 3 of them. Golos is incredible here. I am running out of health, I should say. I'm at 6 after this, but I'm just going to get a Strip Mine. Oh, I like gates actually. I didn't change any of the list, so I took the top 8 Shere Khan list, but I think that the gates are actually pretty good. So yeah, I think I would play gates in one of these lists for sure. Yeah, I mean that might be definitely be a play. The problem was I think even the first turn the Patchwork attacked, it would have put this past the point where they would have been able to minus it. So yeah. Chalky, ask chat what they're gonna play. That's good. I like that. I mean, at this point, we're gonna overwhelm our opponent, right? So I guess I probably should have strip mined earlier here. I guess I just was surprised they didn't strip mine me, but I guess I have 6 life, so maybe it's fine. I don't know. I mean, what? I don't think they have a lot of things going on here. Just gonna kill this. Yeah, but currently we have overpowered him with the Mishra's Workshops, so the classic Crucible of Worlds. I was pretty lucky though. I feel like my draws have been quite good because we haven't drawn any artifact mana. We're at 4 life. I guess we need to be wait a second. Are we gonna die to this thing? I wasn't really playing around that. I guess we're not going to die to that thing. They have 2 creatures in the yard. I guess if this had hit more creatures, we'd be in danger here. But I guess I'm at 4. Once I kill this Grist, I can't really lose the game, right? Maybe I shouldn't make another Urza Saga. Do I have a needle in the main? I do have a needle in the main. I feel like that would be getting very greedy if I were to needle. I don't know. I feel like I don't need another construct, so kind of don't even want to make one and go to the lower life total. I'm just gonna name Beseju. Boss. Who endures? Probably. Probably. Who endures? Beseju who endures, yes. Okay. Don't want to pull the wrong one here. Play this. I guess I play a strip mine. Strip mine your strip mine. And then I'll just attack with both creatures at Grist and I'll be happy after that, right? Can't really lose, so just play safe. Grist dies. I just keep a blocker back, and they can't play any spells because I have Sphere. They can't Beseju because I have Needle, and I have a Strip Mine, Crucible Lock, so game is over. All right. No land. Play a new saga. Attack. So we didn't really get to see much. I guess we should just be lucky that our opponent didn't Black Lotus out a Boo instead of a Grist. That could have been a problem. Don't really know what they're playing to at this point, but almost a perfect victory. Look at that. You love to see it. Okay, so my opponent is on green, red stuff. Let's bring in a Worm Coil. I don't really know if we're supposed to play Vexing Bobble here because it does stop Vigor, right? But we're on the draw. Doesn't seem like something that I want, but how many things do I really have to bring in anyways? I guess I have a couple. Cage, Bobble. I mean, we don't want Null Rod, so we probably will end up playing some Bobbles just because Null Rod is that bad here. Don't really want Lantern. Don't want Null Rod. Don't want Cage. I mean, Cage stops Green Sun, but I bet there's like one Green Sun in their deck. I guess we could technically play a second Tabernacle. That doesn't seem right. We'll do this. Null Rod, Chalice, and one Bobble out for Worm Coil, Metamorph, and Misstep. See if we can't hit a Death Delighted Halfling on this Misstep or something. This hand is like kind of garbage, right? No fast mana. 5-drop, 6-drop. Like, I can play Saga Bobble, but is that even good? It's not really. Just gonna mulligan this. Try to find something better. Hey, look, it's something better. Hopefully they don't bobble us. Yeah. We're gonna keep and hope they don't bobble us. I guess even if they bobble us, we still have Soul Ring, Nettle Assist, so not even that bad. Though if they Collector Roof us, that is bad. Outland Liberator. That is notably not Collector Roof, but it is still annoying. So how much mana do I actually have? It's not enough mana. I kind of like the idea of not playing into Mindbreak Trap and just going Ancient Tomb, Lotus, Golos, Saga. Oh yeah, there's lots of people playing unique decks in leagues. The number of other categorized decks in leagues is substantially higher than in challenges. I'd have to like actually go through and find cool lists, but yes, I got immediately vigored. Maybe I should have kept my Vexing Bobble. Maybe I was the one who was wrong here. If I had kept my Vexing Bobble, I could have gone Pearl, Vexing Bobble, and then played all this stuff out. Maybe that was worth it. No, there are not as many people playing this kind of deck. Damn, Tarmogoyf, okay. Though Absorbent 3 does make up a large percentage of leagues on Magic Online. Oh, I unsolicited Tarmogoyf pick. 1 second, chat. 1 second. I have a solution. Like, I could just keep my desktop looking like this, but it's so small. And then the cards in the video are small. And then, like, I don't know. I hate it. I could scale them up, but then I'm still looking at a small screen. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is besides it is what it is. we don't choose to restart every time someone does something from Future Sight. Our client crashes, and apparently it's related to scaling. So we're gonna continue playing out this game on normal scaling. Everything's gonna look a little bit smaller. I think we're gonna lose this game if I had to bet. I'm gonna try to hold at least some amount of things in my hand so that I can flip this thing back if I need to. I don't know how many I'm gonna hold in my hand. Yeah, Future Sight cards make me crash, and I don't know if it's fixable. I mean, we figured out the problem. It's image scaling with the Windows, but I don't really want to change it, so. Yeah, I have a huge problem here. This Tarmogoyf is bigger than my whole deck, and this Liberator is a problem as well, because it's going to flip into a Trigon Predator. Oh, man. I feel like I made a mistake in this game by not playing the Bauble, keeping the Bauble in my opening hand. Did I have a card that was easy to get rid of if I kept my Bauble? Maybe just like a land or something? So here, like, I'm just dead to this thing, right? I can't play 2 spells in this turn because I drew a non-spell, so they just are going to attack and destroy my enchantment. All right, sick. All right, we'll just concede. Very fun. Outland Liberator, greater than an entire Mishra's Workshop deck. Noted. All right, I guess I am just going to keep in a bunch of baubles then. Weird. Super weird. Oh, I didn't take Trinisphere out on the draw either. Oh, I don't want to take any of these other cards out, so maybe I'll just play 3 baubles again. I mean, I actually think we're probably losing that game if they didn't have Vigor, which is not ideal. This is a lot of mana, but I think it's fine. I'm going to hold the Sapphire so that next turn I can go Metamorph Sapphire. I do think the Automaton is one of my best possible cards, so I could see mulliganing this hand just because it has a lot of mana, but we're also trying to like play Goloses through Wastelands and stuff and Null Rods and stuff. Gah. Where are my Black Lotuses? Actually, I had a Black Lotus last game, didn't I? So now there's a problem where if they could theoretically remove my Automaton in response, can't really play around that in a meaningful way, right? Like if they have Vigor, they can just pay no matter what. So I feel like we might as well just force the issue. I don't know. Is there a better way to sequence this? Yeah, but I mean, it still loses to Vigor, right? So, I mean, it's less bad against single removal. But it still loses to Vigor, so I'm not really sure if it's better. I mean, I'm just... we might just get Seeds of Innocence here, so... Yeah, Force of Vigor, pretty broken Magic card. But I don't really mind Force of Vigor when it's not being played by Dredge. What is this? Surveil Land. What a banger. kept the card on top. That can't be good. Why do I feel like we're getting Seeds of it? Why do I know, man? Why do I know every single time? All right, well. My opponent had their Black Lotus, one of, Seeds of Innocence, one of, Combination Gaming. I don't know, man. I registered artifacts and my opponent was Absorbent 3. I'm an idiot. It's my fault. 4 mana Seeds of Innocence? No problem. Sure. Cavern of Souls? So they can cast their Wrenn and 6? Broken. Insect. Black mana Grist. Incredible. Peak deck building. Tarmogoyf. Well, I'm going to need to draw a Golos or Wormcoil or one of the good cards. That's not Patchwork Automaton. I mean, feel like most of the time, most things that are not a bobble hand are going to lose to this. I don't know, man. This just happens every time I play against him. Double Tarmogoyf? Perfect. I don't even know. I don't even know. I just like only can draw. I mean, Golos doesn't even do it anymore because there's a Wasteland, right? So I just like have to draw running Wormcoil Engines. Yeah, I mean, Seeds of Innocence. Seeds of Innocence is a beautiful card because Seeds of Innocence is the perfect example of if you want to beat a vintage deck, you can always beat a vintage deck. No matter what deck you choose to play in vintage, there is always going to be some spells that are going to break your back. And that's this one. All right, on to round 2, where our opponent is not Absorbent 3. So we can hopefully dodge the old Seeds of Innocence. Yeah, I need to work Future Sight Crashes into my play. All right, this hand is not amazing, but I do like double Wasteland hands a lot in current vintage. So it's almost triple Wasteland. Plus, got a Crucible coming as well, so a lot to like about this hand, but it definitely runs into some problems against certain archetypes, so we'll have to see. Tropical Island. A good sign if they're Bug, a bad sign if they play a Sensei's Top. I assume this means Oath, and Oath is definitely one of our poor matchups here. I think we're just going to go with Wasteland this. And I am going to play out my magic cards. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but I would like to get my threat in play. And then next turn I can do something like Crucible, return Wasteland. I mean, it's not going to be Bug because it's a Sensei's Top. So it's either... It's most likely Oath, but it could also be like Nadu. That's possible. Ah, another Black Lotus. Great. I feel like I am being out Black Lotus in these matchups. They're gonna play an Oath of Druids and I'm gonna lose the game. I sure hope not. Black Lotus, confirm good Magic card. No one could have seen this coming. Yep. Oh, the Druids. Okay, so we've lost. It's just like no, we have like no counterplay to this. We have a Caracas in our deck for Atraxa, but it's just not gonna last forever. All right. So I can play a Trinisphere and then draw an Atraxa. Sorry, draw a Caracas, and then maybe that's enough? I don't know. I don't know. It's just a bad matchup. So far, it's not very good for our Golos Shops deck, but we haven't really... Ooh, opponent is on Storm Oath. Yeah, this is definitely blurry. I'm gonna restart this. Storm Oath. Okay, I still need a Caracas, but they are on Beseech and Ritual and Tendrils. Okay. And then their 10-card pile contains Tinker, Yogwill, Vexing Bauble, Beseiju. Okay, so at any point they can go land plus Beseiju, and they'll be able to kill my Caracas. I'm pretty close to being ready to concede this game as well. I guess they could just Beseiju this, and then... What is this? What costs life? What costs 2 life? It's kind of confusing. Haven't seen any creations, so... I mean, we're still lost. Like, we're still super dead. I don't know. Should I even play this out? I mean, the reason I wastelanded the Tropical Island is because I wanted to keep my opponent off mana so they couldn't easily oath us, and then they just slammed the Lotus, so... The problem is, this is a 7/7 flying Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink, which my puny artifact deck cannot deal with. I do have a Caracas, though. I technically also have a Tabernacle, so if they were to, like, fetch and we were to double wasteland them or something, maybe we could get out that way. But it seems kind of unlikely. But Oath of Druids, that's a good enough one. Taxian Probe has been pitched. Inventor's Fair. So Inventor's Fair could get a Golos, which can get a Caracas, but it's so slow that I'm gonna die before then. Yeah, they played out 2 fetch lands, so I can't like hit them with the double wasteland. tabernacle plan. Actually, how many fetches do they have? One bayou, one tropical. Underground sea. I can't even gain enough life off my inventor's fares to survive, right? I'm gonna go up to 7 if I let it live for a turn. I won't even have enough mana to play a Golos if I wasteland. There's nothing I can fetch, right? Off of this inventor's fare. Null Rod, Crucible, Nettle Cyst, Lodestone, Karn, Golos. No. This only gets artifacts. Okay. If I could gain one more life, then maybe we would have a chance there. All right. I have been defeated by the Oath of Druids. I do have some Graph Diggers cages we can bring in. I kind of like the idea of Bobble on the play here. Don't really like the idea of Null Rod very much. And then I like Metamorph. And then Needle Fair. I don't really feel like... I guess maybe we should leave the Tabernacle out. What else is like bad though? None of this is bad. Maybe we take out some creatures. I feel like Nettlesis is worse than Patchwork because it dies easier. Try that, I guess. Oh, I guess I could have brought in Mindbreak Trap. Maybe that's an on the draw thing though. This looks fine. Patchwork into Chalice on 0. I guess we could theoretically go Sapphire into Sphere into Chalice. That's probably better, actually. Just try to limit our opponent's combo as much as possible. Give them no 0 manas and make everything cost more. Yeah, that's what gotta be better. The beatdowns can wait. Okay, straight up resolves, and then Chalice on 0. They didn't have any forces, so hopefully they had a bunch of artifacts in their hand that are stranded here. See what happens. They are a Dark Ritual deck, is something to keep in mind. Not exactly typical of an Oath deck, but definitely historically relevant type of Oath deck. Fetch land is good here. If it was a Forbidden Orchard, I could wasteland it. Definitely like Saga to try to get a Graph Digger's Cage into play. And then Crucible. I assume if they are playing that Avacyn thing, that comes in from exile, right? So Cage doesn't even stop that? Or does it stop that? I feel like it doesn't. I'd have to read them both in front of myself. Another fetch land. It's very good against my wastelands. It's quite annoying. Oh, we're gonna fetch. Do you have a basic? I can't imagine they would play a basic in their Dark Ritual Oath deck, but we'll see. A Bayou. Huh. Ah, see. This is not Vexing Bauble. This is Chalice of the Void. One of these cards is not like the other. All right. Chalice of the Void. Classic. End of turn. Is this like a Lorien revealed then? Nice. But I have a Crucible Wasteland, so Feels like it's going to be hard for my opponent no matter what. They can't get any fast mana going. There's a sphere in play. I'm going to have a wasteland lock. Though at this point, they could have a vigor. Though I'm not sure if their deck has enough green cards for vigor, if they're playing Dark Ritual Tendril stuff. Strip Mine. No, my Saga. What if I wanted a Grafdigger's Cage? It's okay. It's one less land for me to wasteland. Pretty sure I'm okay with that. All right, this one is also going to get countered by the Chalice, but that's okay. I want the extra damage. Get in there. The beatdowns have started. All right, so we continue to wasteland my opponent's mana source every turn, and eventually they die. Oh, they're going to hold on to their mana source, it looks like. So the problem is, if they hold on to their mana source, I just get an Urza Saga back, so that's not exactly helping. I like this. This is definitely the kind of spot you want to see yourself in as a Prison Shops player. I mean, I assume that my opponent will pack it up at some point, but what do I know? Could get an Ancient Tomb here so I can make Construct tokens. Oh, I guess I could have played this Pearl for an extra damage. My bad. They're done like 2 more attacks, so not too bad. Academy, yeah, Academy would be better, true. I forgot. Is there an Academy in this list? I'm too used to playing with no Academy now. Maybe they just want us to show them that we have a cage in our deck. But I'm just going to make the correct play. And call it a day. All right. That's a good solid win. But now we're on the draw. Let's bring these Mindbreak traps in and take the Chalice. I don't think I'm going to take the Trinisphere out. I think just the Chalice I'm going to take out. And then I'll take out some of the baubles here. And run like that. Okay. So my hand has a cage, but it doesn't have a lot of mana. I don't really feel like this hand is good. I'd like to put this one back and hope for something better. This hand has double Mindbreak Trap, turn 1 Forge. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. And I'm going to just bottom a land and hope my opponent goes real hard on turn 1, because that's what we're doing with our lives here. Hope and pray. Mox, something. Come on, try to storm kill me. Mox. Here we go. Oath. Show and tell. Come on, I believe. Oath. Don't do it. Don't play around Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, Soul Ring. Yeah. Tinker? It's too late. You've already tapped the orchard. You gotta go. You gotta commit. No. No oath. Got him. Exclamation mark MBT. Should have played around it. I feel like I wouldn't. My opponent said, "What is this card?" They could have played around this. I'm just gonna cast both here. No, no, no. No, no, no. That's illegal. Oh, man. Too funny. I'm not even sure we're still favored in this point, but... Ooh, Caracas is nice. Mystic Forge, Graph Digger's Cage, classic combo. Sphere of Resistance. That sounds terrible, because they have 8 million mana. Inventor's Fair. All right, get in there, Spirity. Attack. All right, the problem is, if they simply have another oath, things are bad. That's the problem. Blue. Ancestral. Of course. Of course. Why not? That card seems good. Oath. Yep. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna win any matches tonight, chat. That does not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2 oaths. Not bad. Tabernacle. Yeah, that's not very good. Mana Crypts. No. Wait. We can tutor. It's clean. Inventor's Fair. Shuffle. Get a Graph Digger's Cage. I gotta make sure well, I guess I'm done using my Mystic Forge. Oh boy. Force blue card. No? All right. Say it ain't so. It's a little sad that things are still bad, but... Beseiju. Vigor. You don't even need a green card, just hard cast it. Ooh, my opponent put the cards into the yards. I mean, they have a show and tell. They revealed a Sarah's Emissary. Watch them show and tell a Sarah's Emissary here. How much of a banger would that be? Nope. I think they just maybe wanted to put cards in the yard for like a... Well, they can't Yogwell. For fun? Not sure. Well, I'm happy that we're dodging a Sarah's Emissary. Shuffle off the Ponder. They only need 1 white source to cast that. They need probably 3 white sources to cast that. I doubt that they have white lands in their deck. And they've already used Black Lotus, right? Oh no, they used Pearl. So there is still a Black Lotus. I've lost my Crypt Flip. I do think I want to draw a Crucible. Do I want to draw a Lodestone? That's a different question, isn't it? Lodestone is a clock. So, maybe? It's probably one of my better remaining clocks. I can't ever, like, be Vigor proof, right? Because if I get a second cage, I can just Vigor both cages. but it does protect me from like Oko and Beseiju. I feel like I want to Inventor's Fair for those kind of things, maybe. Yeah, we're probably just supposed to keep the Lodestone Golem, right? We are losing every mana crypt flip as well. I'm gonna hold the Caracas. I just don't really feel like this is gonna be enough. Also, Caracas doesn't beat Sarah's Emissary if they put a Sarah's Emissary in play, so... Probably gonna go Patchwork, play my land, fetch for a second cage to play around Beseiju and Oko. Not my beautiful mana crypt. My beautiful mana crypt is always ready to ping my face every single turn. All right. I mean, they mostly just cast an Atraxa, I guess. Is that what's happening here? Cast an Atraxa is notably bad for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I really needed to hit a Wasteland so that I could Wasteland Crucible lock my opponent out of this game. Oh, do I get a Spirity? I get a Spirity here? My opponent seems confused. I can't beat anything. I'm garbage. I wish I could get an Expedition map. All right, my opponent is... They're going in. They're going in. Uh-huh. Black. White. You need white. All right, there we go. Noted. All right. They got a Beseiju and an Oko. Not good. Not good. Okay, but it's okay. I'm hitting them for 7, and I have a Caracas. So if I just Caracas the Atraxa, and then Inventor's Fair for a Needle on Beseiju, maybe? I don't know. One of those things. Well, they don't have any mana. So, like, is it better to get another cage? No, right? It's better to get a Needle on Beseiju so that they have to go Oko the Beseiju. Oh, sorry, Oko the Needle. They can combo me with Tendrils next turn. We can't be worrying about that. That's the least of our worries here. Though I do have to use my Ancient Tomb here, so maybe that is one of our worries. Just cast a few tendrils, you know? Boss. Who endures. This Karn would have been kind of nice, actually. Karn would have worked pretty well. Wait, we can die? Oh no. We can die here to opponent going Oko stand up attack, we lose another crypt flip. We've lost every crypt flip. But if we lose another crypt flip, we could lose this game. Oh man. Maybe I should have attacked with... No, I feel like that attack was right. Are they gonna... You're in your upkeep. Blue. They're gonna mystical for tendrils here. That also kills me. I can't beat magic cards, okay? I've lost 12 life in crypt flips. what how is anyone as unlucky as I am? Wait, they just accidentally ritualed an upkeep. It still doesn't matter though. They can still tendrils me next turn. Or in their main phase here. I lost 4 crypt flips. Come on, man. We're gonna die. I didn't even like use my tomb every time. Yeah, so they accidentally dark ritualed at the wrong time, and it doesn't matter because they still have 5 mana dark ritual second spell. That is incredible. All right, I mean, what am I gonna do? Oh, they're gonna go beseech actually, and then pay the 1 and tendrils me. Yeah. Oh, they just have the tendrils. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Uh-huh. That sounds about right. All right, here we go. Round 3. Possible doomsday opponent. My hand has nothing. My hand has nothing. If I knew my opponent was not going to be on the Deathrite Shaman deck that they like, I might keep this hand, but I could use like help. Help! I need help. What the fuck? Excuse me. Chat, I would... I'm going to play Ancient Tomb Sphere and then get Wastelanded. 100% happening. I am getting my butt kicked. Oh, force pitching mental misstep. And now I have no more hateful pieces. And they go Dark Ritual Doomsday kill me. Okay. Cataxian Probe. I have nothing. You've seen my nothing. What would you like to do? Flooded Strand? Island Preordain? No, Tropical Island. Oh, I should have kept my 7. It was the Deathrite deck. All right. Well, that at least means we have chances of winning, so that's nice. Not very good chances of winning, mind you. But chances nonetheless. We're just going to show up in 05 this league. Just get completely bullied. Collector Oof. Volcanic Island. So the Deathrite Shaman Tropical Island Volcanic Island deck is 2-0, and my deck is 0-2. Hello? Doesn't that seem a little unfair? What is the tech in this list? Mishra's Workshop. Broken Magic card. No, it's playing Vexing Bobble. Is the difference between pre and post Modern Horizons 3. Though, not 100% sure it should be playing Vexing Bobble. That's what we're testing. All right. Is it Dak Faden? Is it Oko? Is it Narset? It is Oko. Uh-huh. That seems like a problem. I feel like that card's good against me. I have a needle, though. Should I just get a needle and ignore the Oko? Ooh, Workshop's a good draw, too. I could get a Vexing Bobble and protect myself from Force of Vigor. I mean, my attack's kind of just killing this Oko, right? Let's try getting a Vexing Bobble. Also protects me from a force. So I'm not actually killing. I mean, I'm probably just killing this Oko, right? And what are they gonna do? Chump with an oof? This should be a good Vexing Bobble, right? Turns off Vigor, turns off Force. Seems like it's good. The only other choice was Needle, because we're getting oofed at the moment. Alright, so the Oko stays. So the Oko can turn a creature into an elk. But I have a lot of other creatures, so that doesn't seem like a problem. This game turned around really quickly. I mean, if they want to turn off my Bobble, that's fine. I'll get an elk. That's okay with me. I feel like this is a attack face moment, though, right? Like, I'm going to have how much power? 8 million power? I'm going to turn them sideways. 7, 14, 21, 25 damage. You can take 11 damage. Eat, maybe. Oh, I got a winner. Winner. Hello. Oh, yeah. I think Vintage is the perfect power level for Oko. Oko is a good but not great Vintage card. It's very fun to use. You turn your Moxen on and off, and highly enjoyable experience. All right. Chalice on the draw. Trinisphere on the draw. Maybe Thorn here. I like the idea of Metamorph and Wormcoil. And then if they have 4 Vigors, then we want Baubles, I guess. Do we want to have access to a Bog? Not really. I do want access to a Mental Misstep, though. I would say it's good. I wouldn't say Oko is not good in Vintage. But it's definitely not overpowered, which is what it was in every other format, right? All right, we'll try the Bobble then. Let's do this. It feels perfect for Vintage. Aha, I see. I have drawn many restricted cards. Is this hand good, chat? I drew 3 restricted cards. Better. This 5-drop away. Opponent has mold to 5 here. My opponent is on 5 Wasteland effects, so I would definitely not want to play an Urza Saga into that. Patchy boys. Patchwork Automaton is a card I severely underrated when it came out. This card is so good. Ooh, Karn the Great Creator, you say? Huh. You think they have a basic in their deck? I kind of feel like they don't have a basic in their deck. I kind of want to just play another Patchwork Automaton. Maybe I should have played around Days. I didn't consider that. Force. They're down to 2 cards. All right, let's get a Sapphire in there. And attack. And then I think I'm gonna try Ghost Quartering, because I can still play my 4-drops next turn anyways, right? I'm gonna try Ghost Quartering this Underground Sea. Is it better to do this on their upkeep or my turn? Does it matter? Oh, no, no basic. No basic found. 404. Got him. No basics. Draw step. Maybe. I'm gonna keep that. That's a good magic card. I think my opponent's dead. This card's so sweet. Ah, it's so sweet. All right, don't call it a comeback. Okay, on to the next one here. Round 4 versus possibly Jewel. Our hand, not particularly good versus Jewel. But also, are there any hands on the draw that are good versus Jewel? This hand's just like not good in general, right? I can't play the Golos on turn 1, so I'm not really doing anything. If my opponent's on like Bazaar, then it's good, but I'm gonna just hedge the bets, maybe try to find a Null Rod. This one plays turn 1 Golos, so I'm probably keeping this one. Well, I don't think they can make it up to Dig Through Time mana, right? So Mox, Workshop, Jewel. I'm dead. No? Vexing Bauble. I'm also dead to that. Got me. All right, so it is Jewel. No land? Banger. Workshop's pretty good. Do I lead with like can I get I guess I could lead with Saga because I can maybe get a needle on the One Ring. Watch them just PO here. Like a beast. Jewel. 2 card. Nothing? Nothing? We just kept no payoffs? Alright, alright. I'm not feeling Trinisphere very much here. I guess it's good against PO. Lets me cast my Black Lotus. Maybe I'll needle Vexing Bauble. Does that do anything for me? Like, they can't undo the Vexing Bauble, and then I guess they just PO it. So, no. So I can't get a Null Rod, which is the card I want to get. They still have no land and no spell. All right, so do I want to needle the One Ring, or do I want to simply get enough mana to Golos? I don't need to get any mana to play Golos, right? So I feel like I should just needle the One Ring. Oh, I guess they can hard cast Force. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? It's fine, whatever. The One Ring. I don't actually want to play these like yeah, they just hard casting Force. That's pretty awkward. I guess we got at least a Grim Monolith off of it. It's not nothing. Urza Saga, got that covered, no problem. Nettle Cyst, banger. Yeah, I mean, that's a clock. I guess they can play a Metamorph on it, which is kind of bad for me. Can I really afford not to play Nettle Cyst, though? I think I kind of have to, right? Why not? We can play Black Lotus. We next turn we can play, if we draw a land, we can play Sapphire and Jet. We have a Trinisphere out. This is not Chalice of the Void. This is Vexing Bauble. Looks like they're gonna play a Metamorph. We are behind. Do you have 2 Metamorphs as your only 2 cards? Okay, well, now we're dead. My bad. Wait, wouldn't it have been better for them to let Golos resolve then? Well, I'm not getting big enough. Sure, man. I don't know. What am I supposed to just not play my Nettle Cyst? I guess I could just not play my Nettle Cyst. Like, their top decks are better than my top decks. Except for Null Rod. Null Rod's really good. Yeah. This doesn't actually save me. Okay, I guess. I mean, I don't think I was winning this game, chat. I don't know. What was I realistically doing there? All right. Do we play Bobble on the play here or no? That's a question that I have. Well, spheres are pretty bad in this matchup, right? So maybe we can just take out all the spheres. Actually, that kind of seems really good. Then we can play Bobble Null Rod on turn 1 or something like that. Yeah, that actually seems really good. Okay, that vibes. That vibes. I like that. We don't need Tabernacle. I like this a lot. This looks pretty clean, actually. These Mind Break traps don't look very good, but sometimes we're gonna draw hands that don't do the thing. Yeah, but then that just like beats the whole point of our bobble, right? Typically, I board out spheres in the matchup anyways. I don't feel like spheres are very good. And I'm not really worried about my Moxen not working, especially on the play. So Mind Break Trap, Crucible Lock, Nettle Cyst. That can't be good enough. Let's try again. Needle, Nettle Cyst, Metamorph. That can't be good enough. I need a Null Rod, right? Like, I have to mulligan to Null Rod, right? Or it's got to be Null Rod. I just can't find a Null Rod, though. I mean, this is going to have to cut it. I mean, this hand stinks. What else am I going to do? Just play this so I can't play any Moxen. Then we have Nettlesis Wasteland. It's not bad. Seems reasonable. Ancient Tomb. And Grim Monolith. All right. I mean, It's pretty bad. Coast Quarter? I don't know if they have a basic island in their deck or not. So let's just start by wastelanding. Some lists, I would assume most lists don't have a basic island at this point if they're trying to play Force Sink into Stupor. But I haven't looked in a little bit. Also, don't know if my opponent's on the new list or an old list. Saga Gaming. The One Ring? Seems good. They don't have a lot of mana. I kind of like the idea of my own Saga plus Lodestone first. Show them we mean business. I guess they can have Ancient Tomb number 2 here to make a construct token. Ah, you're right. They can now force. But they can't play Moxen, though. Don't really feel like I'm worried about getting forced at this point. Like, I've already deployed all my threats, right? So, who cares? Monolith. I guess Monolith does make a construct. That's kind of a problem. That is kind of a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need another artifact. That's a good one. I guess if this gets forced, I'm a little sad, huh? Damn. I gotta play my attacker, right? I mean, they're thinking about it. I need to play this pre-combat so I can attack. I guess I'm still attacking no matter what, right? Even if they're trading. I feel like they should probably force it because what else are they forcing in this game? I'm not dropping this bauble because I can't let them have Moxen. Oh, they have to pay with the Grim Monolith, though. But they can just make a creature and pay. So it's not like this is a hard choice in my mind, but... Well, I guess I could technically name Saga as well. Okay, I'm just gonna name the One Ring. I assume they'll trade. I don't really think we're supposed to Ghost Quarter Saga and then do that. Like, I don't really want them to like have a basic island or anything. And I'm like, I want to be able to attack. Yeah, they have a basic island. See, damn. Well, they're not drawing any more cards. They are taking 2 damage every turn. I have a 4/4. It's gonna get bigger. Actually, it's not gonna get bigger. It's gonna get the same size because this counts the Saga. But they just need to play a Metamorph, right? But I'll probably live for 5 turns. I guess they can play a new ring. Also, their one's gonna be okay. New ring. All right. So what else can we do now? We can sack our bauble because we can get a new bauble, right? It's a little early to sack our bauble and get a new bauble though, in case we need to like get mana to play a Golos. So I guess I'll wait. Wasteland. Wasteland's definitely good. Let's just get a new bauble. Okay. We lost to Absorbent 3, and we lost to Oath, and we beat 4-color Death Ray Shaman. Otawara. Time Walk. Okay. I don't really feel like it's that different, kinda. It's not really different. It's just combo Oath. Time Vault. We're gonna lose the just natural Vault key like this. Seagate Reborn. So it sounds like they don't have the new cards. I mean, I have to hold this now for a saga, right? So. Oh, blue mana. Kind of would have liked an artifact here so that I could possibly attack for lethal, but maybe next turn we can draw an artifact for lethal. Ancient Tomb. Metamorph? Karn. That doesn't do it, right? Because this Karn, you can kill the Germ token, but you stand up the Nettle Cyst. And... oh, they're going to stand up the One Ring. Okay, that makes sense. Uh-oh. 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 Are we gonna die? Are we gonna lose? Where are my artifacts, by the way? I mean, they have to stand up the One Ring every turn, right? When we lose this game, I'll be so sad. They drew a workshop. They can't lattice us, though. If they lattice us, they die. No. Lattice is not. They can't. They have to plus to make a creature every turn to block. Unless they find like another ring or a metamorph, which can then block for a turn while they get lattice. I mean, I could draw magic cards that do something, you know? No, man. All right, I feel like I'm supposed to make sure they don't have this much mana. Not winning, by the way. Well, they can't metamorph though, because they can't play. They can't use Ancient Tomb because they're at 2. I could really use magic cards that do something though. Okay, yeah, Crucible would be pretty nice. Vexing Bobble. No. No, this doesn't do anything. Come on, game, help. Help me. They're gonna draw a Saga. Oh, how did I know? How did I know? Where are our Sagas? Hello? Does this help? I don't think this helps. Oh! Wait. Got him. Got him. Got him. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. We were not gonna win that game, but we did. Caracas to bounce the One Ring, a classic scenario. What are these hands? They're garbage. Give me a hand with Mindbreak Trap, Workshop, Bobble, Null Rod. Please. Okay. I accept. Ooh, baby. Take two, die. Oh, I sure hope this resolves. Chalice on 0. No, they're pausing. It means they have a... Oh, it means that they have a force, chat. It means they have a force. This game stinks. It's doomed. There's no justice. Yup. Just wait a turn. Huh? I'm dead, by the way. It's so unfair. It's okay. I wasn't gonna win last round. I was gifted a game 2 win, so it is what it is. Sag. Nope. Thanks for checking though. I'm not beating this. Workshop. I need a workshop. That's an Urza Saga. I guess I'm gonna play out this bauble. Is it winnable? Doesn't look winnable. Vexing bauble. Worm coil engine? Got him. Got him. Sag. I've been beaten in the arena of ideas. Okay, here we go. Round 5 versus Sam. Probably on Jewel. Let's see what we got. I swear I have 2 null rods in the main, you know? I know I have 2 null rods in the main. This hand is just not good enough. If I knew I was versus like Bug or some kind of like fair Luris deck, if my opponent revealed Luris, I'd probably keep this hand. But I'm gonna mulligan. Have I tried a frog deck yet? I have not played a frog deck yet, but I do think that frog is good. The problem is the natural home for frog is blue-black Luris, and blue-black Luris can't really cast frog because it has too many colorless lands. All right, I'm gonna keep this hand. I don't really feel like it's good enough, but I don't feel like going lower is helping me either. Did Vexing Bauble kill Bazaar? No. No, not at all. Force. Sink into stupor. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, Frog you can play with Luris, so. Soul Ring, Emerald, Saga, Mana Vault. What's a guy to do? Okay. Soul Ring. Lodestone. Attack? I'm not winning. Like, this is not a winning line, but it is a line. No, I know Frog is good. Like, I've had Frog played against me. When you can cast Frog, I think Frog is quite strong. The problem is the deck that wants the card the most can't cast it. Reliably, I should say. All right, so my opponent is making 5/5 construct tokens. I don't think I'm winning, though, because they have 2 sagas, right? They just trade here, and then I could equip on here, but that's not actually good for me. Maybe I'm just supposed to equip anyways, because this gets shrunken anyways. So I should just equip, make them jump here. Okay, maybe I was just supposed to do that. My bad. I should have equipped. I thought about, I mean, the whole reason I sequenced in this order was so I could equip, but I mean, they still just make 2 constructs here, right? And it's still bad for me. Oh, I mean, if they're not making a construct, it means it's probably worse for me. And just PO then. PO for 6. Sure. I really needed to draw Null Rod. If I had drawn Null Rod, we win the game. But I did not draw the Null Rod, so we did not win the game. I've played 8 test leagues, and I played against Dredge 3 or 4 times. So, I mean, I can tell you how many people are playing. Like, we have that information. I can tell you in the last week how many people are playing Bazaar and if it's doing well. I guess I have that information. Let me find it. As our opponent kills us here. Okay, so since Modern Horizons 3, League metagame is... there have been... So in leagues, 10% of players are playing Bazaar, and Bazaar decks are at 49% win rate. So, nothing crazy. I mean, like, Bobble doesn't affect Dredge, so who cares, right? Like, Bobble's not even good against the best Bazaar deck. Bobble doesn't protect your leyline from Vigor, so like in the first turn of the game, so... All right, so I'm going to bring in the same things as I did last time. I mean, I'm telling you right now that I don't think Bobble is very good against Dredge. It's fine. It's a nice addition, but it's not like going to make or break it. Like, you still need like 8 real cards to beat Dredge. Bobble just helps against Dredge. It's not actually like a Dredge hate piece. So I don't think it's a big deal for Dredge. All right, I want Metamorphs and Mindbreak Trap. And I want Null Rod, and I want Bobble, and I want Thorn and Sphere out, and I want Tabernacle out, and I want Trinisphere out. Submit. Yeah, Bobble is definitely good against Countervine. That I will never tell you. I will never tell you differently. Where are the good hands? Where are the Null Rods? Well, I mean, if you have like 8 sideboard pieces, then Dredge is easy to beat. Agreed. Hey, a Null Rod. Here we go. I guess I'd still rather just lose this land, right? Because I'd rather have the ruby if I do resolve the null rod. It's free interaction that makes them unbeatable. Yeah, but like Bobble doesn't protect you from Force of Vigor, so like it does later in the game, but on turn 1 is the time you're getting your Leyline Vigor the most. All right, I got to turn 1 null rod. They got a counterspell. Okay, I'm gonna play this before I get. All right, my opponent only has 3 cards left in their hand, right? It's got to be fine. I don't know. The original question was, did Bobble kill Bazaar? And the answer is unequivocally no, and the data backs that up. Like, Bazaar is still 10% of league matches, and it's not doing that poorly. It's doing 49% win rate. Like, that's totally fine. I guess I'm going to go Mystic Forging. Nettle Cyst. Don't think I want a Nettle Cyst. Kind of want to hit like some Moxen. All right, well, I'm getting a Nettle Cyst. Noted. I hope they don't have an island and an Ancestral Recall. Oh, they have an island. Okay. Yes, I mean, Hollowvine is definitely down, but Hollowvine was down before Bobble. Like, Hollowvine, Countervine was not really seeing significant play in the Lura Saga metagame either. Like, simply playing Wastelands means you're good against Countervine. So, let's see if this resolves first. And if this resolves, then I don't have to keep this Wasteland on top. Okay. All right, so I have the Strip Mine loop now. There's no way they have multiple islands. Let's use my Mystic Forge because I don't need that. I have another Nettle Cyst. Okay. If I can find a Bobble now, then my opponent can't play Moxen out. Should be pretty good for us. Null Rod. Yeah, Null Rod's fine as well. All right. I think we've locked up this game, which is good. And then, do I want anything differently here? I feel like Chalice on the draw is bad, but what else am I going to play? Like, I don't actually care enough to play a Mental Misstep, right? Don't like Patchwork. I mean, you like Patchwork more than you like Wormcoil, Trinisphere, Sphere Resistance, Thorn, Lantern, Cage, Tabernacle, Bog. Like, I don't have good cards, right? I have all my cards are in. Patchwork is Patchwork. You just play it and attack. Wormcoil? Wormcoil is definitely not better than Patchwork. Like, especially against the 4 Metamorph deck. I would never play Wormcoil in this matchup. I mean, the matchup is entirely do I have a Null Rod or not, though. So we're going to mulligan, try to find a hand with a Null Rod. That hand has a Null Rod. But it doesn't have a turn 1 Null Rod. And that's probably enough to be bad. Yeah, but Needle is like just hitting the 1 ring. I kind of need a hand that has like a turn 1 Null Rod or a Mind Break Trap plus a Null Rod, or I feel like we need to go deeper for a better hand if we want to beat Jewel. Like, this isn't a bad hand by any means. If it had a Moxen, I would definitely keep it. I mean, I just feel like we need to do better. Like, you can't just wait until turn 2 against Jewel. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. This isn't good either. Like, this is a good hand versus normal Magic decks, but we're playing against Oops All Spells here. We need to have interaction. mulliganing this as well to 4. All right. I think we're just going to lose then to 3. Yeah. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Bottom. So any land lets us play a null rod at least. I mean, if they have Saga Ancient Tomb, that definitely messes this up. So land? Nope. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to. Unfortunately, like I'm not gonna be able to beat the Saga token if I play a null rod next here. So I mean, this mental misstep would have been pretty good actually, but. Yeah, so now if I play a null rod, I'm just going to lose to the Saga token, so it doesn't actually matter. I needed it on turn 1. Just show me force so I can be less sad. Okay, they had force anyways. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's just Jewel. Jewel's going to Jewel. This deck does not look good, but I've never felt like this deck is good, and I probably played it poorly. Let's be real. There was probably some optimizations in mulliganing and sequencing that could have maybe given us more percentages. Bobble wasn't as awkward as I thought it would be, but it also didn't come up that often. It came in and out based on play draw. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes the spheres were out, and it was even better. It was definitely good that one time where I fetched it off of Urza Saga to make sure I couldn't lose to 4-color. So that was sweet. But in general, I don't know. Is it like really worth it to play this card? Maybe just sideboard it for being on the play versus combo. Not really sure. If I were to play this deck, I would want 4 null rods in my main. The metagame right now definitely dictates that you play 4 null rods, and I feel like playing null rods and Collector Roof is the best cards to be playing in the current metagame, with Jewel being a high play percentage and probably the strongest deck. Jewel is your level 1, your level 0. So level 1 is just beating Jewel, and beating Jewel you need null rods. Though to be fair, if I was playing a deck to beat Jewel, I don't think I would play Prison Shops. Though this deck has null rods, it doesn't have forces, so it means it's pretty hard. However, if you win the die roll and you go like turn 1 Bobble plus null rod against Jewel, it's going to lock them out most of the time, especially given the fact that you have 7 strip mine effects for Urza Saga, which is their way out of that. So if you think that Golos Shops beats the rest of the field that's trying to beat Jewel, then it makes a lot of sense to play this deck. But again, I would never play without more null rods in the main. Like it just, you want to maximize your powerful card, and I think right now the reason to be playing this deck is null rod and not Vexing Bobble. I think null rod is the big sticking point. So that's just how I feel. Could be wrong, obviously. Thank you to Mark, long time supporter of the stream. Thank you for donating to see this deck played. If you want to see your deck played on the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. More vintage videos like this one every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this YouTube channel. I will see you then.